Min had once believed that betrayal was something that only happened to other people, not to him. Not in the 10-year marriage he had carefully built, and certainly not with Lan, the woman he thought would stay by his side for life. But that afternoon, when Lan placed a thick folder on the table, her eyes cold and her voice devoid of emotion, everything he believed in shattered. "Sign it or you'll regret it," she said. Beside her, though her best friend who had always seemed kind let out a soft giggle, a sharp, grating sound that pierced straight into Min's pride. He looked at the folder, but didn't open it immediately. Not because he didn't understand, but because he had already known this moment would come. 3 weeks earlier, when he unexpectedly came home early, he had heard laughter coming from the bedroom, laughter that wasn't meant for him. The door had been slightly open, just enough for him to see that Lan wasn't alone. He didn't storm in, didn't shout, didn't cause a scene. He simply closed the door quietly and walked away. In that moment, a part of him died and what remained began to change. For the next 3 weeks, Min acted as if nothing had happened. He observed Lan, the way her lies became smoother, the way she hid her phone, the way she smiled at messages she refused to show. But Min was no longer the blindly trusting husband. He began checking everything: bank accounts, emails, investments. What he discovered left no room for doubt. Lan wasn't just cheating. She was planning to drain everything and leave him with nothing. Now, as the folder lay in front of him, Min knew this was the final step in her plan. He opened it, flipping through each page, reading every line. All their assets had already been gradually transferred into Lan's name. The clauses were cleverly written to corner him. There were even subtle threats: if he refused to sign, she would accuse him of abuse, drag him to court, and destroy his reputation. Min looked up and met her eyes. "You've prepared well," he said. Lan smiled faintly, while Phil laughed louder, as if this were some kind of entertainment. "You should be grateful she's giving you a peaceful way out," though said. Min closed the folder gently, so gently that it caught them off guard. "All right," he said. "I'll sign." Lan paused. She hadn't expected it to be this easy, that quickly. She asked, suspicion creeping into her voice. Min simply nodded. "You win," but inside him, there was no surrender, only a plan already in motion. That night, after Lan left, Min sat alone in the dark apartment. He opened his laptop and began compiling everything: transaction histories, messages, photos, even recordings he had quietly collected. He dug into the identity of the other man Hai and uncovered something interesting. Hai was married too, and his life was far from the perfect image he projected. Min didn't rush. He knew revenge wasn't about impulse, it was about precision. He contacted a better lawyer than the one Lan had hired and prepared everything carefully. He said nothing to Lan, maintaining the calm facade of someone who had accepted defeat. A week later, Lan returned, more confident than ever. Phil was still by her side, still wearing that same smug smile. "Ready to sign?" Lan asked. Min nodded, picked up the pen but paused. "Before I do," he said, "you should see this." He slid another folder toward her. Lan opened it, and for the first time, her smile disappeared. Page after page of evidence, clear, detailed, undeniable. Her hands began to tremble. "What is this?" she whispered. Min simply looked at her. "You already know." Phil leaned in to read down this time. She didn't laugh. "Where did you get this?" Lan asked, her voice unsteady. "That doesn't matter," Min replied. "What matters is that if you continue with your plan, this won't stay with me." The air grew heavy. Lan tried to regain her composure. "You wouldn't dare," she said. Min shrugged slightly. "Do you want to find out?" He placed another set of papers in front of her. "These are my terms," he said. Lan hesitated, then picked them up. This time, everything was different. Assets split equally, no false accusations, no manipulation. And one final clause: if she refused, all evidence would be sent to Hai's wife. Lan froze, though stepped back, clearly no longer wanting to be involved. "Are you threatening me?" Lan asked. Min met her gaze. "No, I'm giving you a fair choice. her confidence collapsed. She knew Min wasn't bluffing. If the truth came out, not only would her marriage fall apart, but the future she had been trying to build with Hai would crumble as well. The room fell silent. Finally, Lan picked up the pen and signed, not because she wanted to, but because she had no other choice. Though said nothing. There was no giggle this time. A month later, everything was finalized. Min moved out and started a new life. He didn't feel victorious, nor did he feel anger. Just a quiet sense of relief as if he had escaped something that had been suffocating him for far too long. Lan wasn't as fortunate. Her relationship with Hai quickly fell apart as the truth began to surface. The man she trusted turned out to be just as dishonest as she was. And when everything collapsed, she finally realized what she had lost. Months later, Min received a message. I was wrong. He stared at it for a long time, then deleted it. No reply. No hatred. No regret. Because sometimes the perfect revenge is simply moving on without looking back.